Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater. And you know, Star Wars is going to have a pretty big 2019. It's going to have a huge 2019. Star Wars Resistance is currently on the air, doing quite well. Already ordered up for a season 2 coming later this year. The Mandalorian is coming later this year. 10 episodes on Disney Plus. Star Wars Episode 9, whatever the hell it's going to be called, is coming out at the end of the year. It's a good year for Star Wars. But there's one thing. There's one thing that could derail and tank it all, and I have a feeling that Bob Iger might have bitten off more than he could chew, or he might be over-promoting it a little bit. And that, of course, is Disney's Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars-based theme park at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and Disneyland. Disneyland opens in, I think, May. Not too far away for that to open up in May. I myself will be attending in July, looking forward to that. And then you've got the one in Walt Disney World opening up in the fall. And each of these parks is going to cost Disney $1 billion to manufacture. That's $1 billion each. Roughly more money than Episode 9 will probably pull in at the box office. So they are banking on it being big. They are banking on it being huge. They are banking on it being the bee's knees. Except we're learning now that they might have screwed up so bad that it could just be a gigantic waste of money. There's an article here over on Theme Park Insider that says why Disney Star Wars Land won't be the big hit people expect. Now, this article confused me because this editor, Robert Niles, penned an almost identical article titled "Why Disney Star Wars Land Will Be the Biggest Theme Park Hit Ever." So I was a little bit confused. I was a little bit confused about what the hell's going on. But really, what it is he's arguing both sides of this event. So this is an op-ed piece, but it does give you a bit of understanding as to what will be happening with Galaxy's Edge and what they are doing wrong with it. And what they're doing wrong shocked even me. So here's the thing. Here's the biggest one here. What we have is lack of original characters. Yes, lack of original characters. We're talking why. I understand that they're ending the Skywalker saga with Episode 9. I understand that they want to take it off into new directions and they want to build it up and ship it off and create whole new characters and new legacies. We get that. They ended the EU for that exact reason. We understand that. But when you have a theme park aimed at kids who are going to be coming in, what are they gonna do? They're gonna know Luke, they're gonna know Leia, they're gonna know Lando, Chewie, Yoda, Rey, Finn, Poe, Captain Phasma, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, Wedge Antilles. You know, they're gonna know all these R2D2 C3PO. They're gonna know all these characters. But apparently they're not going to be there. Fans will not find Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader when they visit Galaxy's Edge. Disney has decided to exclude almost all of the franchise's beloved characters from the land. If fans hated seeing their Han and Luke getting killed off in the new Star Wars movies, at least they got to spend a little bit of time with them on screen in those productions. They will be absent in Galaxy's Edge, which instead creates new storylines unconnected to the original trilogy. Galaxy's Edge might turn out to be the biggest bait and switch in theme park history, as thousands of fans expect to spend huge sums of money to visit the park, to visit the Star Wars of their youth. Yes, I agree with that. Only to discover that Disney has created an unrelated land that is in many ways Star Wars in name only. Imagine the social media backlash. Yeah. Do you think that the fandom menace on YouTube is not going to make waves in this front? They've already complained about the handling of legacy characters, and they were kind of hoping that Galaxy's Edge would at least honor some of the legacy characters. I understand they want to tie it into the Resistance. They got the Rise of the Resistance ride that they're talking about being a 28-minute ride, which sounds pretty cool. One of those big, massive, experiences, which I definitely want to see. But let's be fair. Let's be realistic here. It's kind of dumb to cut out the original characters. I mean, how hard is it to find a dude who looks like Harrison Ford in Hollywood? Put him a vest on him and send him into the damn park. That's all you got to do. Because kids are going to want to see their heroes, and their heroes are Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca. Those are their heroes. Lando Calrissian, C-3PO, R2-D2. I don't know why. I would be very happy if you had a freaking Admiral Akbar that was rolling around. Well, quite frankly, it could be any really Mon Calamari at this point, but you never really know. All he has to say is, it's a trap. And I would feel like my money is well spent. But I'm also easy to please. Also here, we have unfamiliar world building. Just as Galaxy's Edge will not feature the most popular Star Wars characters, it will not feature any iconic Star Wars locations either. What the hell? No Death Star, no Tatooine, no Coruscant. Instead, Galaxy's Edge will be set in the Black Spire Outpost on the up until now never before heard of planet of Batuu. So fans coming to Disney Star Wars Land to spend time with the franchise they fell in love with might leave it feeling burned, since they ended up with what feels more like a backdoor pilot for some Star Wars spin-off series than the new Disney Plus streaming service. Yes, Galaxy's Edge will share design sensibilities with more familiar Star Wars locations, but it won't be those locations. And here's the thing, the author here does summarize it up very good. It's like, imagine visiting the Wizarding World of Harry Potter without Harry Potter. And instead of visiting Hogwarts, you ended up in some other Wizarding High School's castle that you'd never heard of before. That's Galaxy's Edge. The only truly familiar thing about this is his backstory, which says here, once a busy crossroads on the old sub-lightspeed trade routes, but its prominence was bypassed by the rise of hyperspace travel. Now home to those who prefer to stay out of the mainstream, it's become a thriving port for smugglers, rogue traders, and adventurers traveling between the frontier and uncharted space. That's right. Galaxy's Edge is a sci-fi version of Cars Land. That's actually a pretty damning overall thing. That's a pretty damning statement to make. Cars Land? Really? But he's got a point. This is a 14-acre expansion to Disneyland. This is a 14-acre expansion. And they're filling it with shit no one cares about. They're filling it with things no one cares about. Kids are going to go there wanting to see Luke, Leia, and all of their favorites. They might even settle for like Rey and Finn and Poe. Although I'm pretty sure they're going to be there because they're the new characters. And I have a feeling that the Black Spire Outpost is going to be heavily featured in episode 9. If you want my honest opinion on this one, my speculation is that's where the Resistance is going to have their new base, because it's out of the mainstream and it's only there. It's a thriving port for smugglers, rogue traders, and adventurers, and also the whatever's left of the Resistance. That's what I think it's going to be. I think that's how they're going to tie it in. You know what, though? Because that makes sense. That makes sense to me. That makes sense that that's what they're going to do. But in the meantime, why? Why would they even... What are they doing? What are they doing? Look, the thing is, there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot that's going to go into this that's going to keep people coming back, I think, or keep people entertained. Now, on the other article, the one that actually talked about why it's going to be a hit, it says here, one of the main ways that Galaxy's Edge will suck in guests' attention will be with its unprecedented level of interactivity. This is a massive multiplayer role-playing come to life. We've joked that Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run will be the Star Tours crossed with Mission Space, but those won't be disconnected placebo buttons you press on the bridge of the Millennium Falcon. You will be playing a team game when you ride this Galaxy's Edge attraction. This won't feel like some shooter ride. Disney is using its Play Disney Parks app to help make a visit to Black Spire Outpost feel like a live-action role-playing game, if you want to be it. Prefer to experience Galaxy's Edge in a more traditional theme park attraction? You can do that as well. In a true interactive fashion, the story of Black Spire Outpost will adjust to your preferred levels of input and participation. That type of reaction from an attraction can be addictive and will drive many to want to return to experience it and perfect their input, just as the best video games keep you playing for hours on end. That addictive quality will drive attendance for this land higher and higher as months go by. Now that is fascinating. All of the bullshit aside from them not doing legacy characters, all of that aside, this is interesting because this is going to be the future of theme parks, right? This is very much going to be the future of theme parks. These rides are going to be so interactive that you'll be able to run through them multiple times and get different experiences multiple times. And if they tailor it each time a little bit differently, if you're able to go in, imagine special events, special things that happen. People are going to flock there for these events. They're going to turn it into an event experience. That could be a way to keep this thing going around. That could keep this thing really, really, really going, and then find a way to turn it into something that ties in to the new narrative of Star Wars, is actually beloved by most fans. You're going to find a lot of people that are going to be going there. So while I'm not happy that Galaxy's Edge is not going to feature Tatooine or Hoth or Dagobah or Bespin or Coruscant or hell, even Geonosis, I am Hell, I'd take Camino. Screw it. You know what I mean? Like, I would do that. I'd be fine with that. It's probably going to feature Crate in some it's going to feature Crate. But anyway. The interactivity of it is going to be the fascinating thing. And I'm bummed that I only get to spend 1 day there. But while I'm there, I will cover as much as I can possibly cover. I will look at it from every aspect that I possibly can, and I will go there seeking to enjoy it for what it is. I hope that it's not Star Wars in name only, and that it actually does carry with it some kind of magic. Disney is great for creating magic in its parks. Lucas was great for creating magic in his movies. I hope this is somehow able to do the same and it doesn't come across like some over-the-top corporate experience. But if they are able to actually put you in a situation where you can actually have an interactive experience that plays to the way you want it, we're going to be seeing a whole different ballgame here. And it could make even the most ardent critic at this point want to go and check it out and fall back in love with the franchise. I don't know. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. Anyway, I leave it to you guys. Your thoughts, your opinions. Is this something you care about? Is this something you're even interested in checking out now? Do you think it's just dead in the water? Or does this interactivity part of it make it seem somewhat interesting? I'm not expecting, a complete falling in love with from some people, but I think there could be some ways it could be fascinating. Leave your comments below. Type in Galaxy's Edge if you made it this far. Comment this your heart away in general. Thumbs up the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. My name is Matt Jarbo, and peace out.